Hope is not blind optimism. Hope begins with the imagination, but hope must end in action. The other side of hope is despair. It is apathy. In his now famous I Have a Dream speech, Dr. King dramatized the despair of black people in America. He highlighted the blights imposed on the American psyche by white supremacist thinking and by policies grounded in equality. He also presented in stark relief a portrait of the desirable ideal of America on the one hand, and the despicable reality of American life on the other. Most strikingly, Dr. King confronted the mountain of despair, and he hewed out of it a stone of hope. 18 days, just 18 days after this mellifluous declaration of his magnificent dream, before an exuberant 250,000 people crammed on the mall in front of the Lincoln Memorial, Dr. King was plunged into despair when 11-year-old Denise McNair and 3 14-year-olds, Carol Robinson, Cynthia Wesley, and Addie Mae Collins, had their lives snuffed out by a racially motivated bombing of their church, the 16th Street Baptist Church. This was one of the more than 50 bombings in Birmingham between 1947 and 1965. It took 14 years before someone was convicted for the grisly murder. In the face of these gruesome developments, Dr. King was forced to ask the question of his dream. Was it becoming a nightmare? Of all the brutal bombings in Birmingham, this one was the most evil. Just before America's most sacred and indeed its most segregated hour, as these 4 little girls prepared to be ushers and to sing in the choir on Youth Sunday, September 15, 1963, one of the saddest episodes of American life, and one that Joan Baez memorialized in her song, Birmingham Sunday. She memorialized it this way: "Come round by my side and I'll sing you a song. I'll sing it so softly, it'll do no one wrong. On Birmingham Sunday, the blood ran like wine, and the choir kept singing of freedom." And Addie Mae Collins, her number was 1. At an old Baptist church, there was no need to run. And Denise McNair brought the number to 2. The falcon of death was a creature they knew. Cynthia Wesley's dark number was 3. Her prayers and her feelings would shame you and me. Young Carol Robertson entered the door, and the number her killers gave was 4. She asked for a blessing, but asked for no more, and the choirs kept singing for freedom. On Birmingham Sunday, a noise shook the ground, and people all over the earth turned around, for no one recalled a more cowardly sound, and the choirs kept singing of freedom. The Sunday has come and the Sunday has gone, and I can't do much more than to sing you a song. I'll sing it so softly, it'll do no one wrong. And the choirs kept singing of freedom. God still has a way of wringing good out of evil, Dr. King told the mourners on the day of the funeral. The innocent blood of these little girls may well serve as a redemptive force that will bring new light to this dark city. Our children today are still marked for death. Oscar Grant was 22 years old, shot in the back while he was held face down by 3 San Francisco police officers on the first day of this new year. More than that, our children are still marked for inferior lives and for imprisonment, if not death, by a public education system that does not equip them for productive lives. Our children are still numbered for death by a skewed healthcare system that is the best in the world, but is unavailable to those who need it most in our country. Most troubling, our children continue to be numbered for death at the hands of our other children. While the murder rate has declined across the nation over the last decade, the one category that is on the rise is black youth killing black youth. In the name of Adime, in the name of Denise, in the name of Cynthia, in the name of Carol, let's end the numbering of our children for death. Let's start a new numbering system for black children and for children all across this nation. Barack Obama, his number is 1. Let the new day begin. Let it be done. Then we can sing, not a dirge and a sad song, but we will, with the choir, sing a song of freedom. On top of the sadness of this evil, the Southern Poverty Law Center tells us that the Ku Klux Klan, in response to the killing, decided that September 15 was a day of honor, and that those who planted the bomb deserved a medal. When Dr. King confronted the despair of his own life and of his own time, he asked the second question I want to ask us today. Where do we go from here? Amidst the celebration, amidst the pomp and pageantry, amidst the parade of the wealth of the nation across Washington, D.C., beginning today, amidst the display, sometimes sadly, of conspicuous consumption as some in Black America display their bling, the profound question for us is, where do we go from here?